Hello everyone, my name is Mr. Lennon. Today I'll be presenting you about Iron Age. Iron Age. What is Iron Age? Iron Age. Iron Age is one of the Metal Ages. It started at 1200 BC and ended at 539 AC. Chronology of Metal Ages, including Iron Age. These are the chronology of the ages, and Iron Age comes in the last. It was the strongest metal of all, compared to all. For the Iron Age, we need an iron ore, and the iron ore comes from iron. Let me tell you, the Iron Age comes from iron ore. Let me tell you where we find iron ore and how it originates. There are three stages of Metal Ages, as I told you, and iron is the last one. Copper was a very soft metal, and as you all know, it was found very less near the surface of the earth. It was soft and it could be hammered, it could be melted easily. Tin plus copper is equal to bronze. As I told you. Bronze, however, was a hard metal. Now, tin was a very small amount of metal found near the surface. It had like very low melting point and it was much harder than copper. In fact, it was like very much found near Egypt. And it was very small amounts. Egypt had many trading services only for tin. Iron was rarely found in the surface because it was from meteors, and it is so hard and it has a very high melting point. So meteors, however, made craters and it always goes inside the earth. New technologies are made from iron, and they made advanced tools from this. Metallurgy. The craftsmanship of metals are called metallurgy. We use ovens for a metallurgy, like heating iron and making liquid out of it and pouring it. When we do that, it fixes into a shape when you put it to water. And blacksmiths start mining it, taking it to start cutting it one place to another, make it very nice. They use nails, all those tools to make many things. If I tell you, metallurgy was first formed in Egypt. These are the blacksmiths. This is how the blacksmiths used to make these metals when they were. So metallurgy is an art, but blacksmiths are the people who perform it. Let me jump. They are Egyptians, of course you know, and you must know the Sea People, of course. Sea People, however, Sea People are the most. Sea People conquered the whole Eastern Mediterranean, and in that comes Egypt. The Sea People, however, attacked Egypt. What Egyptians did is they fled. Like they knew they couldn't defeat the sea people because of their army and it was so big. So what they did was they left the lowlands empty and they went to the highlands. When they went to the highlands, the walls were very strong and it was almost unbreakable. So the sea people would leave their boats, didn't use their cannons, came there and couldn't ravage those places. While doing that, they took some of their trade. They took all the trades, like the trading boats, and left some there. And all the tin got almost all the tin got almost destroyed, or they took some with them. And the trading was stopped in Egypt. Because of that, the Europe was the first one who found bronze, and the world didn't have tin. That's how the Bronze Age fell and the Iron Age returned. How was this? This was simple. As we all know these things, that in Europe they needed to make another thing. So everyone was forced and they made iron. They made iron. When they made iron, they forgot something. Oh yes. They forgot when they were making bronze, they forgot that iron was available that time, but they thought it was weak and they simply didn't use it for some purposes. Now, when they knew that when they were testing iron, they understood iron was much stronger than bronze. By this, by this thing, occupation is business fields, population, ruling land, transportation, advanced strong materials, advanced technology, treaties, all of this evolved only because of Iron Age. And with the end of the Iron Age came the writing system. Business, civilization, and trade. This is what's the connection between all of these, right? Now I'll tell you what. Business, civilization, and trade. Now I'll tell you what's the connection between all of this. Prehistory. Prehistory, the Stone Age and the Age of Metals, or the Iron Age. All of this began because iron was much stronger than stone tools, and when we used iron tools, they could easily break the stone tools. That's how these iron tools, started rapiding up. Because of this, hunt and cultivation evolved, and with that, agriculture also came. Because of these four things, civilization grew up. The important things here are copper, bronze, and iron. Without this, the civilization wouldn't grow. Villages gave rise to cities. How? The villages, as you can see, they started instead of all up layer, they made it underground. In that, they had huge metal resources, of course, and iron with that. And they made huge walls to protect themselves from any enemies. Their houses were made of stone and adobe, of course, and they made cities. They evolved to become, building cities. In this, jobs and trades came commerce, cattle raising, agriculture, and pottery. Each of them had its own field, own places to make it own. Because of all of this, the civilization grew. Craftsmanship and commerce. After making a lot of crafting trade and sending to one place to another, they had a lot. The old inventions like sail and wheel. Now something other came. They made a carriage with a wheel and sailing boats with a sail. Old inventions became new. But with the age of this age grew up. It ended with the invention of writing, as I told you in the first, and civilization took a rapid growth. This happened. So metal resources, copper, bronze, all these metals and metallurgy were important. After iron was found, they started exporting it one place to another by ships, carts, all places, the whole world, because of this trade. And while exporting to the whole place, a new thing began. war, because the more powerful you get, the more you want a war. When people went to war, they wanted gold, iron, powerful weapons, all of this, and they started doing war. In the war, while doing war, they had their own civilization: Mycenaeans, Minoans, Hittites, the Egyptians, Mesopotamians, Harappans, Shang China, Mycenaeans, Aztecs, and Incas, of course. With this, civilization grew and the war between them still grew. Culture went to one place. A wheel became technology, and from a technology, the whole world had an innovation of ideas. That's how we grew. Just because of a normal iron, all these metals, the whole world became popular, civilized, became intelligent. Just because of simple thing, right? Iron Age results in India. Okay. In India, the period of Iron Age happened in the period of Janapadas and Mahajanapadas. In this, the Nanda dynasty and the Maurya dynasty had taken, rise those times. And you know what they are? Fun fact: the Maurya dynasty had taken rise in the Iron Age. Because of the Iron Age in India, all these Harappans and after the Harappans happened, many civilizations, the Indus Valley, all of this, grew. When the Harappan civilization fell, the other civilization grew. And when all these civilizations grew, they had their own kingdom. When the Harappans fell, the order also fell. And new orders, new places. Like our country, India, before everyone had their own kingdoms and they didn't want everyone to, unite like that. It's out of that. Iron Age Vikings. Vikings were very strong at this Iron Age. They made their own crafting tech, their own shields, own tables. They were very strong. Because of them, Middle Age or the Dark Ages came. Non-storing information, all of this happened. And here, they made the metallurgy, as I told you, was very famous when Vikings did it. They had a lot of, art things, a lot of things. And their weapons were highly strong because they did it from iron and lot of things. They used iron shields, everything was iron. They wore a lot of iron on their swords. They were very strong. And the fighting they were seafaring people and occupied and conquered a lot of places. That's why those times they called it the Dark Ages. In this they were, as I told you, they were a lot of and they had their own cyclic way of cooking. In this cooking, it was in this Iron Age, Vikings were famous for its most famous food called a lava bread. And this is a art of how Iron Age Vikings were on those times. Thank you. Thank you for saying this. See you next time. Children presentation.